Welcome to Quilting with Mary Beth and Donna. Today, amid the chaos, we try to redo the last podcast, which never made it to air. Still having audio issues today, so sorry. Good morning, Mary Beth.
Good morning, Donna. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Great.
We met 2 weeks ago on a Friday morning like it is today, and there was a problem with the audio, and so we had to scrap the whole thing. And I've been so busy, I haven't been able to do anything else, so we're gonna try again today.
Yeah, we're going to try to do better.
Yeah, so what have you been up to this week?
Well, that's funny you ask. I joined a page on Facebook. I think it was yesterday or day before. It is, what is it? One Block Wonder Quilt Forum.
Okay.
So you know how much fun I had with my One Block Wonder.
Yeah, so why did you join this group?
Well, because I thought it would be, I like them. Every time I see one, I just think, gosh, that is so cool, So I just think there's still hope.
So you'd like to make another one?
Would I don't know if I want to make it with panels or if I just want to get a yardage of fabric.
I think that that would be more freeing.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I did that one quilt, and I had to have finished it at one of our retreats. And it was like an art, I want to say art deco type fabric. So it was a funky fabric, and I had however many repeats, and it seems to me it was like 6 repeats, and you cut out triangles, and then you sew the triangles together, and you make a funky quilt.
So just
And
like we did with our panels?
yeah, but there's no panel, so yeah.
Right, okay.
So I think the original One Block Wonder is just to use really cool fabric that
Yeah,
has big designs on it.
yeah,
So that would be fun.
yeah.
I would do that too. Yeah, I really like the way
Yours
my
turned out
cat
great.
turned out, but I think I think the problem the I wanna say that the problem with yours was that the background of your panel was very, um, linear, I don't know, you know what I mean? It
Mhm.
had the lines going, so it was kinda hard to blend,
Yeah,
and that was the only thing that I thought made yours difficult, was because it was very hard to blend with that background.
yeah, and they're all very kind and said, "Oh, you did a great job."
Well, you did.
But on one side, I see a straight line, like where the panel is, where it came on.
Yeah,
I didn't want that. I wanted it to look flowy and,
right. And that didn't have anything to do with what you did. Like I said, I think it was just the background of that panel was just very,
well,
um
I wondered if I could have, like, I overlapped and I stitched it down, on the machine.
yeah.
I don't know that I did that on the other side. So maybe that's where I boo-booed.
Oh, well,
I don't
if you
know.
said it was a straight line, then, because I think on mine, I don't even remember.
I know. It's
But
been
I
too
would like to
long.
do another one. I did enjoy it after I got done. I think that now
Yeah,
that I've done one, I would like to do another one. And that
yeah,
lady, the lady, I can't remember her name right off the top of my was it Lois? The one
from
who did, yeah, who did the tiger cub?
Luann.
Luann.
Luann, yes.
That was so cool. So I could
Yeah,
see me looking for another one and doing that.
yeah.
Um,
One lady on there said she used 12, panels.
that's a lot.
I know.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of panels.
So uh well, we'll get into that. So you joined the One Block Wonder quilt group. Do you know
Yep.
anybody in there?
Nope. I
Uh-oh.
just seen it pop I know. I just seen it pop up, and I thought, "Oh, if I make another one, they could have pointers and tips and things that I could find on there, that might help me with the next one." So
Well, I do have to say that I have been a member of the, quilt Quiltville support group or
ooh,
whatever for, like, 2 weeks, and I haven't quit yet, so
see, look
that
at you
says a
go.
that says a lot for that community.
I know it. I mean, they're for the most part, they're okay. There was a point where Bonnie got very political, and I was like, "Mm-mm," I left.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay, so, what what else have you done this week? Not doesn't have to be quilting related. Have you done anything
nope,
else? Nothing at all, really?
nope, just all quilting. I've been trying
Cool.
to whoop out some of them projects.
Okay, so let's talk about your projects. I was surprised at how big those flowers are.
I know, they're pretty good, so I don't know
I
what size the block is, I haven't measured that yet, but I'm gonna say probably 10 inches or so.
Yeah, I to me, I thought that they were, like, a lot smaller, but those are big blocks.
Yeah, it's 2
And
and 1/2 inch blocks.
is oh, okay, that's cool. And that's going well. How far have you gotten done on it?
Um, I only let's see, there's 25 blocks I have to make, and I think I only have, like, 8 left.
Wow, good for
So I'm
you, Mary Beth. I'm excited.
I know,
It's it's March and it's almost March and you still have a plan.
I know, and I pulled here's the funny thing, I pulled Twirl out because I wanted to take that to the next retreat in March, and I thought, "Oh, I'm gonna work on this, and then I'm gonna pick out something easy to do alongside it so that I'm not, like, bogged down with this, uh,
Right.
motion paper piece thing." So, I went to my jar, and I pulled out my first one, and guess what it was?
What?
Squirrel. I
Oh,
pulled
see,
out
there you go.
squirrel. So I thought, "Oh, it's meant to be." So I threw that in the trash, and then I pulled out another one. No, I mean, I'm taking it. So I just threw it away so I don't have to deal with it anymore. And then I, got the next one, and it was I figured out where the fabric came from. I have
Okay, I'm having you need to quit moving around and
sorry,
because you're
quit
starting to
talking, move around. Okay, so I had this fabric, and I couldn't figure out where I bought it. I didn't. Linda Card sent it to me.
Oh, yeah.
So it was, it's typewriters, like the old things,
Yeah.
and it's aqua and black, and she sent me the printed ones has a white background with that white print on it, and then, it's the keys, and then the black background with the keys, and it has an aqua color mixed in there. So, she also sent me the yardage for it. So I'm gonna put black or white with it and take that one with me and just do a 5-yard quilt or whatever.
Cool. Okay, so you're taking 2 projects, that's all?
Right, that's it. Mhm. Can you
And
believe that?
this is for Amy's retreat, right? City's
Yes,
Edge?
and
Okay.
you're not going.
And I'm not going. I never heard back from her when I told her I wasn't going, so I guess she knows.
I told her I didn't think you were going, and she said, "Well, I sent out the messages today, so she
Yeah.
wouldn't know."
Yeah, I told her.
Okay.
Which is it's been just so crazy around here. There's no way
Mm,
I can do that now. I'm just like, "Ugh."
yeah.
But, and I have not I literally have not sewn this year.
Oh, well, you guys have been busy.
Yeah, I know, and I need to get back into it, but like yesterday, I'm stuck in the basement because they're putting in floors, and the guy's still not here. I don't know what there's a problem with that. Um, they're putting in, laminate floors upstairs, and so I was downstairs all day yesterday from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock, and, I I watched part 2 of Bridgerton, so that was 4 hours. I did the part of my Bible study, the last part of my Bible study, so that was a couple hours. So and I sat down here and I looked at my phone. So today at least I've got 3 edge-to-edge quilts I need to do. I need to fix on one that I've been working on, and then I need to put yours back on. So I need to do some sewing.
That,
Um,
one you just did was beautimous.
didn't it turn out pretty? You know,
Yeah.
that was interesting because when I decided to do the cross, there was I think it was 28 hexagons that had flower applique in 'em that were appliqued. And so when I decided that I was gonna do, cross hatching in those hexagons, I knew it was gonna take a while. So I put it on and I worked diligently, and then there's like 1,001, um, flying geese. And so I got all the white done on the quilt, and then I changed thread, and I did all except for 2 of the flying geese, and then I thought, "You know, I don't know if I ever checked my tension when I changed that when I
Oh,
changed my bobbin thread." So I had so this was we needed to get it out. I don't know if this was Thursday. It must have been Friday. I needed to get it out Friday in the mail, and it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I realized that I was gonna have to rip. So I ripped all day Friday, and then we worked I needed to do some Saturday and Sunday, but, we were just working around the house. And so Monday, I said, "Okay, I have to rip today." So I ripped all day Monday, and then Tuesday, I came back in and, redid my flying geese, and then the next day I did all the extra color stuff that I needed to do. So I finally got it in the mail Wednesday. And she needed it. She was going to a retreat and she wanted to have it. So anyway, it took about a week longer than it should have because I didn't check the dang tension on my
doggone
when I
it.
changed the bobbin.
Do you hate that?
It's frustrating.
Hey, I did think of something else I've done. Rod made friends with a guy that's a woodworker, or he does woodwork. He does everything, but, um, so he's been going over there to work on a tabletop for his garage, for his bench. So he said, "Hey, his wife's a quilter. You should come over and meet her." So I went one day with him, and she had a handy quilter she'd never used. She's had it for like 3 years. So, I told I'm in, plan with her that I would go over and help her figure it all out. So she already knew how to thread it and all that stuff. We just played on it, you know?
Oh,
It
fun.
was so much fun, and it made me feel so quilty.
Well, don't. It's not
I
worth
mean,
it.
kinda fun to have it for your own self, but that
Yeah.
way you can put what designs you want on it, you know,
Yeah.
without having
Yeah.
to say, "Here, just do it." So,
Yeah. So so anyway, I haven't sewn anything, and so I could have gone down here yesterday and I should have sewn, but I didn't. I need to make I got some really, I would almost say it's almost gauzy. It's a really, really thin gauzy-like fabric that I'm gonna make, um, window panels for my bedroom and bathroom windows. I need
mhm,
to do that. I've just got a lot to do, and,
yeah, non-quilty lot to do.
yeah, I and and I've got quilty stuff to do too, so anyway, whatever.
I know, there's only so many hours in a day.
Yeah, and it's gonna calm down here pretty
Yeah,
soon, hopefully.
yeah,
But, okay, so you're doing a retreat in 2 weeks?
uh,
When is
2
it?
or 3, I don't know, it's March 20th, so 3 weeks,
March 20th, okay.
somewhere
Oh,
in
I
there.
know what I was gonna say. We've got 1 bathroom's almost done, 1 bathroom we have to get the vanity in this weekend, and, the guest bedroom is full of all the stuff that's been taken out of the house, like, you gotta move everything out and all that kinda stuff, and Sam is supposed to come home on the 7th, I think, so
Oh, yeah?
I have to have all this done by the 7th, and it's like, "Oh
Oh,
my gosh."
oh, yeah,
That's
pressure.
one reason why I'm not sewing as much as I should, but as soon as I get back into it, I think that I have, I don't remember what it's called, nebula. It was one of those big
Oh,
stars from
mhm.
5 or 4 years ago or so, and I
Philippines?
have yeah, and I have, Jaybird Quilts, I think is the designer.
Mhm.
Um, I have literally 12 block of the month packages that have never been opened. So I think I'm gonna take that to, when we go to Tennessee. That's gonna be my retreat quilt, so that'll be fun.
So you'll have your earbuds in and be focused totally, won't ya?
No,
Oh, okay.
but that's one of those that you just have to do 1 block at a time, so,
Yeah.
and the last time I did the that was called Galaxy, the one that was before that, and I worked on that in 2 retreats and I got it done, so, so I'm excited about getting that one done. And I
Cool.
don't know what I pulled fabric for another quilt, but I've just pulled the fabric, so, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
I've gotten so, spoiled by the laundry basket quilts with the
Cut.
pre-cuts. Oh my gosh. If you could just take a magic wand and go twing and everything was cut,
Yep.
boy, we would be productive.
Wouldn't we?
And
I
you're
have
better you're way better than I am. I don't really like cutting stuff out,
well, I don't either,
especially
but I
early.
can't sew it together until I cut it out, so
But you cut stuff out. I mean, you, like, cut stuff out for, like, retreats and everything. I'm like, "I'll just
oh,
do it when I'm there."
yeah. Yeah, I try
So,
to get it done so I can just sew.
yeah, but I don't know. Anything else quilty related stuff that you're doing? Have you been
Oh, you know,
Oh, you
our
said you go ahead.
chat's work has been going
Oh,
very well. A lot of people have already finished. So, and then other people thought that they had to just be working on chat's work, and I'm like, "No, you can join us, we don't care." So, um, hopefully we'll have a few more, but we have, like, probably 10 people in there
that's
already.
fun.
Yeah, so that's good, and they're all
That's
having
fun.
fun.
And did you finish your 2nd block
Yep, I did. I need to get my 3rd one cut out because 'cause we're doing it a week early this time because of
of the
3
retreat?
time, yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, so we're doing it on the 12th.
Fun. You've got your little community going.
Oh, dude, it's so fun. I think we're gonna keep it going. I mean, they act like they want to, and they're having fun with it, so why not?
Can't beat that.
Yep,
Okay, and so you said you went to, City's Edge yesterday.
I did.
Why?
Well, because Amy had a bobbin winder, a standalone bobbin winder, and a wire had come unattached inside, and she wanted to know if Rod had a soldering iron, and so she sent it home with me, like, Friday or Saturday last week, and he keeps going fishing. And I
Hmm.
said so yesterday morning, I said, "Hey,
The weather's
you
been
need to
nice.
you need to fix that." Ooh, he went out the other day, and it was so cold, he couldn't figure out why he couldn't reel his hook line in. The eyes were frozen where the water had come through the eye.
Oh,
The first 2 were frozen solid, so he had to put it down the water and squish it, and he came home, and I'm like, "Wonder what happened to him?" And he goes, "It's just too cold out there."
yeah,
Wow.
there were some cold days, but, like, yesterday was
Oh,
60,
so pretty.
66 or something like that. It was
Yep, he's
gorgeous.
gone all day.
Um, I've got this is just so exciting to me if you wanna know.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Sam, um, has gotten back into music. You know,
Oh, good.
he used to be a big music guy, and then he decided he was an academic, so he's been being smart for the last several years.
Mhm.
And, I think he's just got a little bit more time now, so he's bought a couple of guitars. He's fixing his guitar. You have to have a guitar for this and a guitar for that, so he's making
Right.
sure he has all the guitars. Well, in a conversation with his dad, um, he he had Ed make a pedal. So a pedal, what you do is we plug a pedal in and it modifies the sound somehow. And so he wanted
Mhm.
this pedal. So Ed made him a pedal and shipped it off this week. And then I don't know what he was doing. This must have been Sunday night. He was like wanderlusting. He's like, I want to go on a trip. Let's go here. Let's go there. And I'm like, I am not going anywhere for a while. I said, we've got so much stuff going here. I cannot go anywhere. And then he made a comment later on that Sam had sent him a thing about a 2-day, I don't know what you call it, workshop, I guess, 2-day workshop where you go and you make um, an amplifier, like a guitar amplifier.
Oh, cool.
And I said, "Yes." I said, "That's just like a quilt retreat."
Yeah,
You go and you make something and you bring it
yeah.
home. So he's gonna do that. I think it's in North Carolina.
How much
I don't know
fun.
when he's gonna do it, but he's gonna go to sleepaway camp and make an amplifier.
Yay! He'll see how much fun it is. He may start doing that too.
I know, and so I think we found him his retirement job. He's gonna make, weird stuff for musicians, so
Cool.
and I'm all for it because I was thinking
Yes.
he's gonna retire one of these days, and I'm not sure what he's gonna do.
And he has a space, doesn't he, for a workshop or whatever there?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you can do it.
yeah, so, I thought that was exciting.
Cool. That is exciting.
He's going to sleepaway camp like mommy does.
Oh, I have a dog on the horizon.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, I've been watching Calvert Labs in Missouri,
Mhm.
so that's where we got Bella, and, they have a dog that's gonna have puppies. She thought she had been bred, but she wasn't sure, and so I sent her a message because I thought she said this week would be her, time when they would check the dog, do an ultrasound. She goes, "Well, I don't like to do ultrasounds until about probably March 10th." And I'm like, "Ugh, you can wait a little longer." And I'm getting that feedback again, but anyway. Um, so I sent her a message and she said she wanted to wait till March 10th, and so I thought, "Oh, brother." Then, like, the next day, she goes, "I don't need an ultrasound. This girl is filling out." So, they're gonna be like Hank, Jennifer's dog. So they'll be
What
probably be all blonde or yellow lab, and they've got just a bit of a darker color to them. So it's a dark yellow, it's almost red, almost.
really?
Yeah,
Well, Hank isn't Hank just a yellow lab?
yeah, but he's kind of a darker yellow.
Mm.
So
Rod's on board with this, or does he not know yet?
we're still talking. We'll talk until the day of, and then he'll say, "Oh, I don't care, doesn't matter."
Yeah, he wants it. He's begging for a dog.
He does want it. He said he can't even look at other dogs, other people's dogs. I told him
Mm,
that's just because he's like his mom. She only liked her children and her
mhm.
grandchildren,
Right,
you know?
right.
So, like, it was hard to get in with her. So that's how he's being towards a dog.
Yeah, well, that's good. We actually took the dogs to the kennel yesterday morning, which was a very smart thing to do. My dogs are pretty neurotic. They're all neurotic.
Yeah,
And,
full of it.
and I took him to the kennel, and so last night, um, we got to sleep in the bed all by ourselves.
Really, and you had room and everything. You didn't have to tug on covers or anything.
No, you had to fight with the furnace, and so we were, like, so excited to go to bed last night because we didn't and I think I literally slept till, I don't know, Ed got up and went to the bathroom at 6, and I'm like, "This was really nice." And so this morning this morning, he goes, "Well, what time are you picking up the dogs tonight?" I said, "I'm not picking them up till tomorrow morning." He goes, "Really?"
Uh
So,
Your hair
so that's
looks
gonna be fun.
great, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
thank
I
you.
don't know if you did something different, but I like it.
Well, I washed it this morning, so
Oh, that's it.
yeah, it helps. So, anyway, that's exciting. Now, they're working upstairs, so if you hear something weird, that's what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start.
Oh, that's something weird.
Okay.
Sounds like somebody's having some dental work done.
It'll stop here in a minute, I think.
Hey. Well, I can hear you though.
Okay, I'll just keep talking then.
Okay.
So, let's let's talk about some stuff. We're basically doing the same thing we did 2 weeks ago because that was the best that was the best one we ever did.
And it didn't
And
turn out.
and then it didn't work. So here we go again. So
Yeah.
retreat seasons are starting. You have a retreat at City's Edge in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and we were just talking about retreats. So what do we have to say about retreats?
Well, um, we just have a kind of a little guideline for people who've never been or people who are considering going or you have one planned or whatever. We've just got a little guideline. So I just came up with things you need to think about. Wow, that's loud. Okay, things you need to think about.
At some point we're going to realize that God really does not want us to do a podcast.
Maybe that's what it is. I hadn't thought about that. Okay. So we need to first decide how far you're willing to travel to go to a podcast or to a quilt retreat. Because you could go all over the US. There's so many places you could go. Um, Finding quilt retreat, you can find those locally or online on Facebook. They're all over the place. So yeah, places to look for local quilt shops, your Facebook pages. There's a quilt retreat community on Facebook. It's called Quilting Retreat. And your local quilt guild or local stores will be able to tell you about quilt retreats locally. And then a checklist. Um, Checklists are pretty cool because, especially if you're new at this, you can't think of all the things you need to take, and you'll forget half of everything you need. Even if you're not new at this, I forget half, and then I have to have Donna supply. So checklists are available at quiltingdaily.com, a littlehistory.com, blackbordershop.com, allpeoplequilt.com, justgetitdonequilts.com. Those are a few places that I know of, and I sent those to you in an email so you can drop those in this podcast area somewhere. Uh, those are just some of the places where you can find lists, and I didn't tell you exactly where to find them on those pages, but you can go and look around and, I mean, in their search, type in, uh, retreat checklist and it'll probably come up. So, some other things that are not on that may not be included on some of these lists are, that you might wanna consider taking are chocolate, because you always need chocolate. Um, I used to when I was long arm quilting, I would put those mini chocolate bars at each end of my quilt machine when I was doing a panto, because oh my gosh, they were so boring, and so I would go and eat one from that end, and when I got to the next end, I'd have another chocolate one. So anyway, um, and somebody suggested a flashlight. I don't need one because I sleep all night, but sometimes if you have to get up in the night, if you don't have a big exit sign in your room, then you might need to, go to you know, to the bathroom or get up in the middle of the night, you might need a flashlight. So, uh, I think I've lost Donna, but anyway, so I have retreats scheduled this year that I know of for March.
It's like, oops. Okay, let's
I don't know where we left off, but
you were talking about
anyway,
eating chocolate. Eating
yeah,
chocolate.
and then a flashlight. It's set to bring a flashlight in case you need one of those. Um, which I hadn't thought about before. So, I mean, I have my flashlight on my phone, and it usually works inside. Outside, it's worthless, but inside, it usually works pretty well. So, I have quilt retreats scheduled this year for March, April, July, September, and October, I think. So, uh, Rod said I could go to one every month, but
When's the one in July, or what's that one?
is that? I think it's
Oh, that's
July.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
at Art
July, September,
again.
and October. Okay, so okay, I know
Is
all
that
of
right?
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Woo! Yeah,
So, w when you go to a retreat, a lot of people probably don't go because they're afraid of what they might find there.
or their
Um,
quilting's not good enough, their sewing's not good enough, or whatever.
right, and you're gonna find all types of people at a retreat.
Yeah,
You're gonna see people that are, like, minimalists, and they've just brought this one project that they're gonna work on the whole time, and then you're gonna have people that bring everything that they own.
like me.
You are more of a bring everything you own. And I went to, Bolin's, a couple of months ago, and we were talking about somehow you came into the, conversation, and we were talking about Patty, um is that right, Pat? It's Patty, right? Or
Pan I always get it
I
wrong. I
know.
don't always
Patty or Pam? I don't
Pam,
know.
Pam
Pam.
Petty.
Pam
Mhm.
Petty.
I get it wrong every
I
time.
do
I
too,
don't know
I
why
do
I wanna
too.
call her Patty. Looks
Sorry,
like a
we
patty.
love you, we just can never remember your name. We know it starts with a P. So Patty,
Pam. Pam.
Pam,
Pam
goodness
Petty.
gracious.
That's what it
Pam
is. Pam Petty, that's what gets us messed up, the
Pam
petty
Petty, that's
part.
right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was remembering because when Pam Petty goes I mean, when she goes to a retreat, she takes everything. I mean, that girl, she packs it in. I love it. I love it.
Oh, it's funny.
Um, so, so don't be afraid about don't be afraid of the people because mostly there's going to be people that are there just to socialize, like Mary Beth, and
Mhm,
then there's going to be some people that go and they just like work, work, work,
mhm.
and
Like
then
Donna.
there's stuff in between. I mean, we've been to retreats. Went to a retreat with, I guess, Amy's retreat, and there's one lady that I swear I never heard her say a word. Never heard her say a word the whole weekend.
Who's that?
I don't know what her name was, but you remember 2 years ago
Oh,
she
she's so
came.
quiet.
Well, she came and, she was had a her friend didn't come because her friend was sick, and so it
Okay.
was just her, and I mean, I think she might have introduced herself, but she never said anything, and then she was there again this past year, and she didn't say anything again, so, I thought that
Oh,
was it. But, she had a gr I guess she had a great time, so
need back,
there's
so
all types of people, and there's gonna be people that get a lot done, and there's gonna be people that don't get a very much done, and it's just, it's fun. Now what do you expect, food-wise? You're gonna
mhm,
eat more than you ever thought you would.
yeah,
There's always a big snack table,
mhm.
and there's always food that you say you're not gonna eat, but you end up eating, and then you eat, even when you only have 2 meals a day, it seems like you get to eat a lot. So and if you don't know anybody to go to a retreat with, don't let that keep you from going, because you'll
Mhm.
meet people there and you'll have, lifelong friends that don't live near you or maybe live near you. So, yeah, try, ask your local guild, your local quilt store. Um, Everybody has retreats now. It was hard to find retreats, but now everybody has retreats and retreat spaces. So,
You scared me the first year that you signed me up for, um, the one that we do in
Kinderhook,
Illinois. Yeah,
yeah.
Kittyhook. Um, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Donna signed me up for a quilt retreat," and I'd never been, and I
You'd never
didn't
been
go.
to one, had you? Yeah.
And I didn't go. I even didn't go when you signed me up, and they rolled it over for the next year, and I'm like, "Shoot." So, anyway, I went, but in the meantime, I think I went to one of Amy's. I didn't know anyone there, and I had to room with someone I didn't know, which turned out to be great. I mean, she is a nice lady,
Have you
and
ever
she
seen her
works at
again?
yeah, she works at the shop.
Oh,
So it's all good. She was Amy's next door neighbor, so Amy, you know, she signed up to go to Amy's retreat, and it all worked out. So, anyway, yeah, so it was all fun, and so I've been going ever since to Amy's, and then I
yeah.
go all the time to the Kinderhook, except I had to leave early last time because I got a migraine, so
And then you did go the year before
I didn't.
because your
Oh, because
eye.
I had oh, yeah, because my eyeball was acting weird. So,
Yeah,
anyway, uh, yeah, so it's all been good, but this year we're doing Kinderhook instead of doing Kinderhook, we're doing it at Art Nest in north of Kansas City, so that'll be fun. So the food that we usually they'll say bring a snack or whatever. So and then you share that. So you put it on a big table and so everybody goes over and gets whatever they want whenever they want. And that's
mhm,
all that always works out well. And then we have the usually they'll tell you one way or another is a uh, are they serving food? Like, the one we do on Lake of the Ozarks here in Warsaw, they actually have a cook that does all of our cooking, and she does all of it. So, she just comes out and says, "Time to eat," and we all go back and eat. We usually have we used to have 3 meals a day, and we realized that was a little much, so now we do breakfast, a snack tray, which is usually crackers and like deli meat and cheese and things like that, and then we do, supper, so it all works out with that one. Now when we go to Art Nest, we're gonna be bringing our own food, and we'll be assigned, I believe I don't know how, Kathy's gonna do it, but the way I'm gonna do it is each room will be assigned a time when they're gonna and maybe 2 rooms, I don't know, because my retreat filled up just like that. So, 28 people, and it was full immediately, and, I've had 2 people drop off, but I had a wait list, so 2 people g are going that didn't know they were going, so, anyway, um, but we will assign, you know, who's gonna do what, and, Sheila has, volunteered to do that part, so she's gonna keep the list of who's bringing what and what they're doing, which meal they're doing, and all that, so that'll be good.
yeah, that'll be good. That Art Nest is really nice. It's got a really fabulous kitchen, so
2, don't they have 2?
yeah, they've got like a yeah.
Snack kitchen, yeah,
So, yeah, that'll be nice, and you know, I think sometimes people overthink the food because
yeah,
you really do. You get way more than you need,
yeah,
and then you're just uncomfortable.
yeah. I thought, at Art Nest, if we bring dinner, we don't really need to do lunch. But if we have too much left over at dinner, you could always eat that if you're hungry for
Yeah,
lunchtime too, so whatever.
yeah, yeah, so, and even breakfast, breakfast needs to be easy
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't really eat a lot of breakfast, so and when we go to these camps, the these, church camps 'cause I used
yeah,
to retreat at the, Presbyterian camp in Colorado, and they literally fed you like a lumberjack. I mean,
yeah,
there was so much food, and it was fabulous,
yeah,
but there was so much food that it was just like and I have to say breakfast is the best because you can have bacon. Um,
yes,
but, you don't need that much food, especially if, like, for breakfast. People, take pills, they need something in their stomach, but
yeah.
if you're gonna have something, 2.5 hours later, you don't need a whole lot, so
Well, and I think we're ready to get after it. When you
yeah,
wake up and you have your coffee, you're just ready to take off and get after it.
yeah,
So, you wanna get started sewing, so you don't wanna spend half the day eating your breakfast and then
right, and then being tired after that.
yeah.
And naps are good. You can take a
Yes,
nap,
naps are very good, that makes us less cranky.
and, you can stay up late
If you want to,
if you want to, or you can go to bed and
when you want to.
text your roommate.
Mhm. Lay there and text, send funny videos back and forth until you say, "I'm done, I'm going to sleep."
Mhm. Yeah, turn off the lights, turn
Yeah,
off the lights. So, yeah, I used to be the one who stayed up late, like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd be up at 6, but now it's like, okay, at 8 o'clock, I'm done,
yeah,
and then 7 o'clock, I get up and start again, so, and I think as you get older, it is taxing on your body to sit all
I
day,
know.
so
You
it
know,
is very taxing.
I think at retreats, I go to bed at 8:30, but I don't at home, I don't. I stay up till 10:30 every night, but I'm not sewing till 10:30 every night.
Right, you're sitting in your
I'm
chair.
yeah, I'm usually done by about oh, if I have to cook dinner, I'm done at 5:00,
Yeah.
um, 'cause I can't go back to it. I'm just always so tired after I've sewn for a while during the day, and then I have to cook dinner, and then, I'm just not I can't go back to it anymore, but at a retreat, I stay after it until about 8:30, and then all of a sudden I crash. I'm like, "I gotta go."
Well, a lot of times it's because I'm going, "Oh, oh, oh, can we go to bed now? Oh, oh, oh."
Right? But you don't have to twist my arm because 'cause I'm ready.
Yeah.
So,
So quilt retreats are fabulous. If you
they're
haven't
so much
tried
fun.
one, try one and and do more.
Yeah.
Like we said, we need to do a quilt retreat every month.
That's what Rod said, and I was like, "Are you crazy?" But he also said, "I need to go to quilt retreats and not host quilt retreats."
Yeah. Well,
It's a lot of work.
do you think this will be your last one, or you
I'm thinking I mean, I said that, somewhere, and the other night on the Chatsworth thing, I said, I'm thinking this will be my last quilt retreat," and everybody's like, "No, we love your retreats, they're so much fun." I don't do anything that's fun.
well, what you need to do is you need to delegate somebody to be your retreat person. Like, "Sheila, you're in charge of the retreat." And then
Oh.
you just have to show up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Then it would be Sheila's retreat, and I'm
Right,
there.
and Sheila's pain in the butt.
Uh, and collecting the monies and all that kind of stuff is not a real big deal, but I have to keep track of that. And last year, I had 2 monies coming in at the same time. That was rough
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah,
I announced, uh, Art Nest because they want a deposit when you register, you
right.
know? And so I'm not gonna pay it out of pocket, but I could have, I probably should have because then I had money coming in for the retreat previous year and money coming in for this year's retreat, and I said, "You guys gotta tell me which one this is for because 'cause I'm gonna have a mess on
No,
hands,"
I don't know. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
So,
yeah, it would be nice if yeah, to have somebody that could manage that, part
yeah.
of it so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, when Sheila took over the food for me, that lifted a big, thing off of me because a weight because, I'm having all the money coming in and trying to keep my list straight, and then I had people sending me messages from the last time saying, "Now, how much is this?" Or like, "How much is the retreat, and how much is what kind of food are we having?" I'm like, "We have the same kind every time at this place,"
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
uh anyway, there's a lot of questions and things that are already most of the questions can be answered if they pull up the featured tab and look at the retreat information. So, there's that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing that we, talked about last time was I mentioned it earlier, it was actually in the what's it called?
Uh-huh.
Quiltville users group or whatever on Facebook,
Yeah.
and the question was do you do you take your machine in for service as recommended?
like yearly or whatever, right?
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit, and I guess if you buy a sewing machine, you generally will get a couple of years of free service, but you
Mhm,
have to take it in, at the right time, and then after that, you have to pay, and it's gonna be about probably 80 to $100 to have your machine serviced.
probably.
And I have I have 2 Berninas that I've had serviced. One of 'em I've only had a couple of years, so I had it serviced 1 time, I believe. The other one, I've had it serviced twice in 5 years.
Yeah,
And my thought is, do you really need to have it serviced every year?
right.
And, is it bad if you don't?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, that kind of a theory.
And I don't wanna make any, quilt shop owners or sewing machine dealer owners are mad, but let's talk about it. What do you think about all that?
I think, first of all, talk to your shop owner about your machine and find out what they recommend as far as oiling parts on your machine, 'cause, uh I don't know what all you need to oil on these modern machines. I know on the vintage machines, any moving part that is metal needs to be ironed, needs to be oiled. So, uh so I don't know on modern machines. I know there is a wick in my machine, in my Janome, in the bottom center of the drop-in bobbin
Oh,
case.
really?
Yeah. And so I feel of that to see if it has oil on my finger. If it does, I don't put any oil on it. If it doesn't, I might put a little drop in there, just a
You know,
little.
I was wondering about this because I generally will because I had a brother machine, and I had a couple of Pfaffs, and I never had to they weren't oiled machines.
Oh, really?
And so, I always thought the theory was that if it's a drop-in bobbin, you don't have to oil it.
And
But
that's something my machine right now is with the shop, and
still?
Frank well, I took it last weekend,
Oh, okay.
and
I thought it'd been
and
there for a while.
Frank has been doing, I forget what you call that, but he's been going back to he's retired from his job, but
Mhm.
he's been going back there to just do a little stuff here and there, and I guess he's been working for, like, the last 6 months at this place, and this is his last week, so he's coming back, and he did look over my machine, and he told me there was a few things that he needed to tweak, so at least I know that, uh but anyway, he's gonna fix it this week or do whatever he needs to do to it this week. Oh, I mean, this weekend when he gets back. So, I'm using my other Janome that I had tucked away, and, but I'm gonna
Which one
ask
is
him
that?
about
Which one
it's
is
a
that?
it's a 5300 QDC. You and I were together at the quilt show in Kansas City, and I bought it there.
Okay.
It's it's
Okay.
really it's a travel machine. I mean, it's light enough that I could travel with it. I'm just not as thrilled with that machine, I'd rather use my vintage actually than
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I probably should use it more. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
so okay.
my advice to people is to please, please, please don't get your advice from the internet, from Facebook. That's like getting your medical advice from Facebook. Take your machine to your local dealer or your local fix-it shop, whatever it is, and talk with them about what you need to do and what's required on that machine. If they want to see it once a year, fine. I just think if there's nothing going on with it, you don't really have to take it in
Well, and
every.
it also depends on how much you use it too.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
mean, I've got a machine that I sew backings together and I sew bindings on. I don't do anything else
Yeah,
with it. So, and
yeah,
I don't think you need to. That's a problem. But so let's back up a little bit. So you need to make sure you are oiling your machine correctly and
yeah,
enough. We have
yeah,
a friend that is a Bernina technician, and she can you can hear it's I think it's almost like nails on a chalkboard
yeah,
sound to her, and she can hear an unoiled machine from a mile away.
yeah.
And when you know what that sound is, excuse me, you realize how many people don't.
Oil their machines properly.
Yes. And, I swear, Mary Beth.
It's God speaking to us. Well, here's my deal. I can tell on a vintage machine while you're getting under control. I can tell on a vintage machine if they have not been oiled or if they need to be oiled. You can just hear it, like you said, she can hear it a mile away. I can on the vintage too.
Yeah, and I can
Are you okay? Nope. Okay. So I don't know about my machine though. Like my Genomes, I can't tell on it if it is, if it needs to be, because I don't know enough about it.
yeah, and I know that I have that new, Juki, and it's kinda like an old machine. I mean, there's like 5 or 6, 10 places that you have to oil it, and they
Oh,
say oil it every day. I don't know if that's to me, that seems excessive, but I don't know.
with my vintage machine, it's every 8 hours. Of
Yeah,
use. So, if you sew for 4 hours a day, then every other day you should probably check it and make sure it's oiled. Because those moving parts, like the metal on metal, and
yeah,
when you open up even on the modern machines, when you open up that little thing on the end and you see all your mechanisms that make the needle bar go up and down, all that, it
yeah,
all looks like to me, it looks like you oughta oil it, but I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
So, I need to talk with Frank when I go back to pick up my machine and say, "Hey, do I need to be oiling all this machine? And if
yeah.
yes, tell me where and I'll do it."
Well, and the other thing that I think that the reason they want you to, take it in is because people don't clean their machines properly.
Oh boy, yeah.
I sent you that video the other day of the machine that was, like,
I know,
completely full of lint.
I thought you were talking to me because this machine that I'm using right now, I don't remember putting it away nasty, but evidently I did because when I opened it up, just after I'd sewed for just a little bit, I opened it all up, and it was just full of lint, and I went, "Oh my gosh, whose machine is this anyway?" Because I don't ever do that. I always clean my machines.
Yeah. Well, and I think the problem with the problem with the lint is if you don't clean it, then it just gets packed into the machine. It's gotta go somewhere, and it's gonna go down, and
Yeah.
that's the problem. Um, I have to say, I don't know who it was that asked the question, it might have been Levi, but, how often do you
Oh, yeah.
clean your bobbin area? And I'm like, I wanna say every bobbin, but at least every other bobbin, because
Yeah, every
when you
other for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but and then there's not really hardly anything in there
No,
when I clean it.
but there could be, and,
Right.
our thread, that might be a whole 'nother show, thread. Let's do that.
Okay, the thread.
Mhm. So, some of it is just so linty that
Yeah.
you can't avoid it. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just depends on what you're sewing with and what you're sewing on. If you're doing a tone on tone, with a bunch of whites on it, it's gonna be dusty and you're gonna have to clean that out. So, but if you keep your machine clean, then you shouldn't have to do anything to it. If you keep it clean and oiled, you shouldn't have to worry about it having problems until it has a problem.
Right.
and then you
I
go in
would
and
think
say
I would think so. Unless, something crazy happens with your machine, like, you nick your
right.
bottle case or something weird, break a needle or
I
whatever.
did talk to I guess the last time I took, my big Bernina in, he suggested that I needed to replace something, like, the next time, and I'm like, "Why?" And he says, "Well, when you travel with a machine, there's a lot they get jostled around, and you have to be real careful about that."
Yeah.
And when that made sense, and that's when I bought, the T Tudo is it T T
Oh,
Toad
yeah.
the Tudo
Uh-huh.
bags,
Uh-huh.
because I think that they are a little bit they're, better for your machine, I
Yeah.
guess. Um, so if you have a travel machine, just make sure you don't jostle it around too bad,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true.
But, are you there?
I've got the Tudo
I think
also.
Mary
I
Beth
think
is
I've lost
frozen.
them there.
There you are. I
There
hear
you
you.
are. Yeah, I
I was
couldn't
like, "Are you
hear
just
you at all.
staring at me?"
You were just frozen, so I didn't wanna talk over you in case you were talking.
Yeah. So, yeah, be careful with that. But
Yeah.
the other question was, how long should you expect a machine to last? And I don't know if we really have an answer for that for, like, a computerized machine. Because somebody said that Quiltville page was, well, they only the computerized machines are only gonna last 10 years, and then you're not gonna be able to get the parts or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know, I would kinda think that maybe the, machine, makers have enough parts on to so you they c you your machine will last forever or close to it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've kinda encountered that with
APQS,
APQS,
yeah.
so, uh, I don't know. And l let's touch on software maybe just a second, because what if the software can't be updated?
Yeah, and then I don't know, in 1998, I bought a Brother embroidery machine, and
Mhm.
that's a long time ago,
Wasn't it?
and and, and I don't do much embroidery, but when I pulled it back out to do something years later, I had to buy some kind of attachment to so that I could get the software to work, and that machine worked, till a couple of years ago when the arm quit moving.
Yeah.
So, at that point, I guess I could have probably taken it, but at that point, it was, like, at least 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, I I think what I wanted to suggest is that if you think you're going to be able to sell your machine, and make money off of it in
Yeah.
10 years, it's probably not gonna, I use it and use it up. Don't
I
expect
see a
to
lot of
hold on
people.
to it.
Yeah, I see a lot of people post on the Janome site, "Oh, I found this great machine," and they show a picture of it, and it's very old, you know, and they're wondering if it's worth the money and all that,
Yeah.
and, you wanna tell them all this stuff, "Be careful because you don't know if it can be fixed, if it needs repair, or how long is it gonna last you, if you don't know how long the other person sewed every day on it,"
Yeah,
so there's a lot to consider. I don't know.
yeah. I think I it has become, especially with, like, the long arm machines, it used to be, like, 10 people had them, and
Yeah,
now it's like everybody has one.
everybody has one,
Even
yeah.
and so you have to feel sorry for those who are, whose, like, mom died and they've got a machine they're trying to get rid of. You almost can't get rid of the machines.
I know it.
So I'm kind of thinking now where I am in my life and with my machines, they're just gonna be trash. They're not gonna there nobody's gonna want them or to buy them. So you
Isn't
just
that
either
sad?
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, well well, take that. Um, Even my machine well, see, I've got one that's 2008, and
Well,
they've basically said it's gonna be difficult to get parts for them at some
yeah,
point, and then the other one's a 2013, so I don't have any problem, I mean, I've got my machines are old, mine's 18-year-old machine, and it still works fine.
you use it all the time.
I
I
use
know.
it all the time.
I know.
So if you take care of them and if you take care of them, they will last forever to
Yeah,
to an extent. The problem I think is and this is what I did several years ago, 2013, I said, I'm not gonna buy into this. You need to upgrade every 2 years
yeah.
because it's just I mean, it's not
It's costly
if you wanna
plus.
do that that's fine and dandy, but I decided that I didn't wasn't gonna be in that rat race, and
Yeah, yeah.
and Mary's hawking a machine yesterday. Amy's got this great machine, used
Oh,
machine for sale.
no, but that one is a
I
great
know.
machine, and I saw it, I'm like she goes, "If you know somebody that's looking for a machine, I've got this one." And
Yeah,
I said, "Well, you should advertise it." She said she can't, but she said, "But you know people." So,
you
if
can
anybody
advertise
out
it.
there is looking for a great Janome that's in this area, probably, you don't wanna I don't think she'll ship it, but, uh, check out
Yeah, yeah, and
go
that's
ahead.
another thing to say, a two-year-old machine is kinda like buying a new car. You can buy a new car, but as soon as you drive it, it's an old car,
Right.
and there's plenty of good old cars out there that are available. They're a couple years old.
And then think about what all you need on a machine too, Like, w we're quilters mostly, we piece, not even quilt on a domestic, we just piece.
Right.
So how much do you really need? I mean, there's one at City's Edge that I want so bad, it's that big old great old big whatever it is, I don't need that machine.
Yeah.
I would not
We
use
do a straight stitch. We do a straight stitch
all the time.
or
I
a zigzag.
hardly ever I don't even know the last time I zigzagged, you know? So, I don't need all that.
Yeah. But then you feel, so I bought this Juki. I love it,
Yeah,
but I also think it does the same thing as the featherweight and the
right.
301 that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
So,
I was thinking, do I need a Juki? Because I have 301s.
yeah.
I'm gonna send my 301 to, to our friend that comes to my retreats. She just goes in and cleans them up and stuff, and I'm just gonna have her go over mine. She's not afraid to take the motor part apart on the 301, and I don't want to.
Mhm.
So, she can do that, and I'll pay her to do that, and we'll both be happy little larks.
Yeah.
So, she's painting one for me right
I
now.
know, when is that gonna be done?
I don't know, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm supposed to send her I've gotta go to Lowe's and get the color card because the guy doesn't know exactly the color to do it. So,
Uh,
I gotta get the color chart thingy to send to her and say, "This is the one."
cool. That'll be
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
I need to pull out you're looking for a machine for Sheila?
I
Is that
have
true?
been, yeah, and it's there for a while, I was finding them a lot, and now I'm not finding any. I
You
mean,
know
they're 500 and
yeah.
around.
I bought that, machine. It was a Brown 301, when I was still in Colorado, and I've never used it, so I might give it to you and see
Yeah,
if have you look at it, and then maybe that one can go to her.
yeah. If that's what she wants, that would be a great machine, and I don't know they stitch 1,200 stitches per minute is what they tout, you know? So, that is great for a vintage machine. If you drive fast,
Yeah.
there you go,
Yeah.
but so,
And at least for a travel machine,
yeah,
well,
it's
my thought was I at one point thought I needed, like, a travel machine
yeah,
because that's the only time I ever really sew.
Yeah,
I mean, and so I thought, well, I don't want to just use a cheapo, $300 machine if that's the only time I'm ever going to piece.
yeah,
I want to use my good machine. So that's
yeah,
kind of what I've done. I bought the 500 series Bernina because it's a smaller machine,
mhm,
but it's top of the line used. I bought it. Of course, I bought it used.
yeah,
Um, but you have to think about what purpose is it? Is this a machine? I mean, like I said, the only time I ever sew is on retreat, so I want to have a nice machine to sew on.
right.
But I understand people who want a travel machine because the majority of the time they sew is at home.
And what I've noticed too with using this 5300, it is a nice machine, but, my machine that I use, the 9450, has an even feed, so,
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
feeding from the top and the bottom. I don't have any trouble going over bulky seams, and
yeah,
with this one, I've got like uh I have to feed in a liter when I'm doing half square triangle on a
mm,
piece of flat fabric. The top
yeah,
fabric is not doubled and the bottom one is a half square triangle and it can't go over it. Can't
yeah.
start it.
That's one
So,
thing I have to say with the Juki. I don't have any problem with the thread getting messed up when you like cut, use the
yeah.
fabric cutter and everything, and I don't need to do a leader or an ender because it's just
Yeah, that's how the 301 is
that's
too. You
nice.
don't need
Yeah,
all that. You can just
yeah,
right through, and it
yeah.
can go over every seam. I mean, it is a powerhouse.
Well, and I think the other thing that we get, um, screwed up by is the wide feet.
Yeah,
The fact that the quarter-inch foot doesn't really I mean, I really like the the featherweights and the 301s and the Juki is because it's got um, the th
little
the thin
foot.
foot and the
Yeah,
thin what do you call those? The feed dogs.
yeah,
So you're actually your feed dog is actually on your fabric as opposed to, like, a couple of centimeters over here where it's not even touching the fabric because you've got
yeah,
such a wide
yeah.
I
The
think
9 millimeter.
we get fooled a lot by all these special features because now you can do a decorative stitch that's 10 inches long. Well, that's fine, but if you're only stowing straight line, there's a problem with,
Yeah.
converting that,
Yeah,
so
it's a shame the machine makers don't say, "We've got this fabulous machine for quilting only,"
right.
and it'll do this. But if you're a garment sewer or whatever you call it nowadays, uh, then we've got this great machine over here that you can do everything on,
Yeah,
with a free
right.
arm. We don't need a free arm usually. Unless we're doing bags or but
Yeah.
then I think and this is another thing. Well, we probably should wrap it up, but this is another thing. I see people on Facebook posting, "My husband wants me to make him a vinyl boat
Oh,
cover, um, and I have a domestic machine that No,
yeah.
no. And all these people are saying, "Oh, yeah, yeah, it can handle it. It can do it." And I'm like, "It can, but it should not."
Yeah.
But they don't listen, so I have to just scroll on by, but I'm like, "Please don't do that on your domestic machine. Please,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
please." That's why they have industrial.
Yeah, and it'd be cool to have an industrial machine. It'd be really
For
cool to have one.
but how many times do you need it?
You don't need it at all.
See? Unless your husband comes in and says, "I need a boat cover."
But it would be so nice to have one.
Yeah. But for
Uh,
bags, if you're a bag maker, get a more heavy duty machine.
right. I do have a friend who bought an industrial Juki because she does make bags, and
Right.
she loves it, but,
Yeah.
you can also find those, um, that it would be nice, but I would have to make a bag first.
And I don't like
I
making
hate making bags.
bags.
I hate it.
I do like the, embroidery in the hoop bag making, because then I don't have
Oh,
to it's all right there in the hoop, I don't have to
yeah.
do anything, it just I go to the next step, I set it up, I hit the button, it does it. I don't have to mess with it, so that's good. So anyway,
Too funny.
yeah.
Okay, well, I think we might have made it through this one
Okay.
today. Sorry about all the extra noise and the
It's quiet now.
coughing fit and the this weird sounds and everything.
You're all good. It's all good.
So we will, get together again in a couple of weeks,
Okay.
and hopefully, this works out well, and
Yes.
we can get it out there for you. We appreciate everybody listening,
Yeah.
and, um, we're glad to be part of your day.
Yes, thank you so much.
We will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
There you have it. We'll continue to work on our audio issues. Thanks for hanging with us today, and we'll see you next time.